Hi, this is Chris again, and I just wanted to show y'all a real quick video about how I start my seeds indoors. And before I put them outside, I bring them inside and I start them. And this is my setup. I have I just purchased this tray, or what is it, like a storage organizer or something like that. A big thing from Home Depot, and it's got the grates in here where you don't have to worry about you can let the water drip down or whatever. But if you don't want the grates, you can always get something else. Like, I use cardboard on most of them, like this, and it just keeps the water from splashing down. But the grates give you an opportunity to put these little S-hooks on here and to hang these lights from it. And anyway, as you can see, these are pretty much just started. I just started all of these. Well, actually, they're taking a while to germinate because I guess because I didn't mix the soil right, but still learning, making a lot of mistakes. But I have plenty of plants. I got see what do you call it, watermelons and eggplants and everything. But I can adjust these things with to the whatever height I want to use. Let me show you over here. So if I want to go higher, I just take this and then let's see if I can show you. So now that one's a little bit higher. But I try to keep it like about 2 to 3 inches off the lights, 4 at the most. Down here I have the plants about 4 inches off the lights, so they don't get langy. Because if you keep them too far away from the light, then they'll grow, but their stem will be really short because they grew tall trying to reach the light. So if you're beginning and you just started growing a garden, and you're trying to do it indoors, make sure you put your plants within 4 inches of the light. That gives them a little room to grow, like about right there. Gives them a little room to grow, but it also doesn't give them too much room where they're growing and then they get tall and they flop over because they have no stem. And I bought these little labels. They're like real cheap, like 3 cents. 3 cents a piece, and you can reuse them. And somebody was talking about those little wood sticks, popsicle sticks they're called. But the popsicle sticks didn't work for me. But these, as you can see, they work. They don't get all brown and moldy, and they stay good for a long time. So you can reuse them, and that's what I'm looking for when I'm starting my seeds. I don't want it to, I can actually bury it and then pull it back out and still know what I have. And I just number mine, and then I come over here on my notebook and I have all the numbers with the name of the plants, so it doesn't take up as much space and it's quicker. So I just write, like, if I started like a whole flat full of something, I can just go through all the labels and put 32 on 30, 30 different tags, and then I could just tag them all with a number instead of writing out everything. So it's easier for me, and it's quicker. So that's cool. And so yeah, this is my startup. This is where I start my seeds. Just remember to keep your plants close to the light. And you can purchase these at Lowe's or Home Depot. And you can hang your lights over here with some little S hooks, and you can adjust it easily right there. Just take the chain off and raise it and lower it and adjust it to whatever you want to do. And that's about it. Just wanted to show you my seed starting mix. I would show you how I make my potting soil, and it's really nice soil. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to get my hands dirty, but see, it's beautiful. And it's all free because I use compost, vermicompost, and like chicken manure soil from the chicken pen. And I just mixed the three together. And I think I put too much of something. I didn't mix it equally. But when I mixed it equally, I had way better germination. So if you ever do that, remember to mix it equally. This is my worm bin. I have a worm bin right there, a worm bin right here, and a worm bin over here. So I'm doing a lot of experimenting, trying to, well, right now it's springtime, but it's cold outside, like kind of almost freezing. So I brought some of these buckets, these plants that were in buckets inside, because they're tomatoes and stuff like that. And they like the warm weather, and they're not really acclimated to the cold weather. I don't think they like it. But it's down to almost 47 degrees outside, and it's springtime. The weather's kind of going crazy right now. But for 3 days, I'm going to have to baby my tomatoes, or at least these couple tomatoes. Hopefully the ones in the ground still survive after the cold weather, you know. But that's why I have these buckets in here with no lights on them, because they were outside. So anyway, after I get them started with these little dome trays, I'll put them over here, and I'll put them in these little pots right here with the homemade soil. And this soil is so nutrient rich. These plants do really good in the soil that I make for free. And like I said, all I do is I sift it with this screen right here. See, it's like 1/8 inch screen, and it's a lot of work, you know, but you sift it and you get everything cleaned out, and you just mix the three together, and you get some beautiful soil. Let's see if I could show you this soil real quick. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna take my glove. I'm gonna put my glove on, so. Alright. See, this is the soil right here. Oops. And this isn't even mixed properly. But you can see how dark it is, how it just crumbles. And I'll give you an example of how the water just runs right through it. Let's see. And you don't have to worry about wetting it first before you plant your seed or your plants, which I hate that. Like with peat moss and stuff, you have to like dry it out. I mean, I'm sorry. It's all dried out and you have to like wet it. So anyway, let's just say this has a plant in it. I'm just gonna water it in. And you can see how well it drains. This stuff drains so good. I'm loading it up with water. And you could always, like I said, I didn't mix this like I should have. But you can see it's draining. It's kind of stuck in a puddle. If you move it out the puddle, it drains a little bit better. But it drains really good, and it holds some moisture too because of the compost and the worm castings. It holds moisture and it drains well. And I add a little bit of perlite, just, you know, a cup full per 5-gallon bucket. Not much, just a little. And that's how I make my soil. You can see my plants are doing good. They like it. Let's see, where's a good example? Well, some of these are doing better than others, but one of my problems was I would water my plants. This is a problem I had. I would water everything, but when I was done watering, I would flip it over to another thing like that. But you see, even with the newspaper I put down there, it still holds a lot of water. So that water sits at the bottom, and it just causes the plants to get sick because they're sitting in water, and you gotta be careful with that. You know when your plant's sitting in water. So I'm taking a little bit more time now to try to make sure that my little small plants like these right here don't sit in water, because they'll start rotting and stuff. You need to be careful about that. So anyway, that's just some tips I have on starting seeds indoors and just growing your plants indoors when you're trying to get them ready for the springtime, when it's good to grow. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and even if you didn't, I'm sorry. It's my second video. I'm still learning a lot, and I hope to post some more videos soon, and just as soon as I come up with some ideas. And you have a blessed day, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.